My friends, my condolences go to the people of Poland, to Poles everywhere in the world. What happened over the weekend was an unmitigated tragedy. Here you had this plane carrying the President of Poland, along with the entire Army High Command. The central governor of the Bank of Poland. Most of the Polish government was on that plane. And why were they on that plane? Why were they heading to Western Russia? They were there to commemorate the slaughter, the mass murder of 22,000 Polish officers by Soviet dictator Joseph Stalin during World War II. One of the great crimes committed by the communists during World War II. Something that the Russians denied doing until only 20 years ago. And on their way to that commemoration, to that crucial historic event, this Polish plane crashed, apparently battling fog and zero visibility. Now let me be very candid with you, my friends. I have no evidence, I have no proof. But what I do know is this: the circumstances of this plane crash are awfully suspicious. I know members of the Polish parliament are very suspicious. Here you have a staunch anti-communist, the President of Poland, a conservative nationalist, somebody who is leading an alliance of Eastern European countries, from the Baltic states to Ukraine and Georgia, trying to oppose Russian expansion and Russian domination of that region. A staunch critic of Putin. And suddenly not only does he die, but the entire Army High Command dies. The cream of the Polish officer corps has been decimated, killed. The governor of their central bank is dead. The Polish government has been effectively decapitated. Now, why is it that everybody around Putin who seems to oppose him winds up dead? Remember the former president of Ukraine, Yushchenko? They tried to poison him. His face is disfigured for the rest of his life. Every major journalist in Russia winds up dead, either literally beheaded, headless, or slaughtered on the streets of Moscow or in their apartment buildings. Everybody around this guy seems to be dropping like flies. I am suspicious. Either this was very poor piloting on the part of those that were the pilots that were in the cockpit of that Polish plane, maybe under pressure to be on time for the event. That's a theory that many are saying. Or there was tragic pilot error, or there were some shenanigans going on. But what I find very surprising is how convenient this is for Russia. Now the Russians say they're sorry. Now the Russians have extended their condolences. Now everybody's saying, well, this could be an opportunity for the Poles and the Russians to reconcile. My friends, as long as Putin and his thug Medvedev, his puppet, the president of Russia, are in power in Moscow, Russia will continue to be a threat to its neighbors, to the United States, and to the world. It is Putin that is arming and supplying Iran with nuclear technology and missiles. It is Putin that is in bed with the likes of Hezbollah and Hamas. It is Putin that is arming Hugo Chavez's Venezuela. It is Putin that is getting in bed with Fidel Castro. It is Putin that's created a global anti-American alliance with the Red Chinese. And now we are to say that somehow Putin is genuinely sorry over what happened in Poland with the death of the Polish president, when he has been looking to break the Poles for the last 20 years? Who are you kidding? Who are you kidding? My friends, Russia will never be a normal country as long as it is led by murderous former Marxists and communists. Putin's hands are steeped in the blood of the KGB. That's where he cut his teeth. That's what he is doing to the people of Russia. And he has never forgotten. the disintegration and fall of the Soviet Empire, which he calls the greatest tragedy of the 20th century. My friends, what that accident in Poland, in Russia, with the Polish plane, shows is that the world politics continues to rear its ugly head. There is no safety anywhere, even when a president is flying on his own plane. And so what the American government should do, if they had any guts, is demand a full and thorough investigation of the cause of that crash. Because, my friends, I'm not taking the Russians' word for it. I don't believe that was simply an accident. I'm suspicious, and I'd like to get to the bottom of it. Don't you? This is Jeff Kuhner on 570 WTNT. My friends, we'll be back tomorrow with another superb show. You can email me at KuhnerTime@live.com for any questions, criticisms. We'll be back with the mailbag tomorrow. Stay tuned. I'll be filling in for Jerry Doyle in about 7 minutes. May God bless you, and may God bless America. Hey, my friends, we're back in the USSR, aren't we? This is Jeff Kuhner, the last honest man in Washington.
The big hands on the 12th. That's 3 o'clock in Washington. I'm Jerry Doyle, and my show starts next.
WTNT.
Bethesda,
Washington.
Fox News Radio, I'm Jane Metzler. At the White House Nuclear Security Summit, a major announcement.
Ukraine intends to remove a substantial part of its stocks this year. Ukraine will convert its civil nuclear research facilities to operate with low-enriched uranium fuel.
White House Press Secretary Robert gives participants working to keep nuclear materials out of the hands of terrorists. A man arrested in Pakistan facing extradition. He's the 4th suspect in custody for the foiled alleged plot targeting New York City's transit system. The ringleader already pleading guilty to terror charges.
Najibullah Zazi and 3 other Muslims plan to strap explosives to their bodies and board subway trains in Times Square and Grand Central Terminal. Their goal? Maximum carnage, planning to explode themselves in the middle of rush hour subway cars.
Fox Radio's Todd Starnes. More arrests overseas said to be likely. Polls mourning the death of that country's president and more than 90 others in a weekend plane crash. Fox Radio's Alistair Wanklin live from Warsaw.
That's right, Jane. Not just the president, but civil, church, military leaders. Already some replacements are now being named, but Poland is far from turning the page. In Russia, many of the bodies are as yet unidentified. They ID'd the president's wife only by the ring on her finger. Her body will fly to Warsaw tomorrow. Meanwhile, Russian air accident investigators saying pilot error is likely to blame as the plane was advised to divert away from thick fog. Jane?
Thanks, Alistair. Authorities in Georgia will not charge Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger with sexually assaulting a 20-year-old college student in a nightclub bathroom.
The sexual allegation against Mr. Roethlisberger cannot be proven beyond a reasonable doubt.
DA Fred Bright says the accuser and her family did not want to press charges. You're listening to Fox News Radio, fair and balanced.
Here's a wake-up call for contractors. The Home Depot has lowered the price on the Werner 6-foot aluminum step ladder. Right now, it's only $39. It's one of many Werner ladders and other items throughout the store with a new lower price. Savings like that can help you lower your bids, which could help you win more jobs, which is a great way to start the day. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. U.S. only. See store for details.
Ford and Lincoln Mercury Service presents Mike Rowe talking about getting things done.
On your car.
On your car.
Yeah, right. Look, you take it to the hardworking Ford-trained service professionals at your